Giving all honor to the Master Yahushua and all of you that are here today. All honor to the Master for Maisha, my beautiful wife, Prophetess Tina, Minister Richard, and all the brothers and sisters that are here today, all of you. Thanking the Master for you that have made it out and realizing the importance of the Shabbat. Because we are in a time and in a season where the enemy is making it seem like Shabbat is not important, and it's not important to the Hebrew community, it's not important to, it is important to Yah, it's important to the Master Yahushua, it's important to us. Let me share with you just a little bit, not the main message for the day, but just give you some insight. The word says that the Master has a covenant. He's covenant with us that there is a sign. There is a sign. Shabbat is a sign that we belongs to him. So those that don't want to keep the Shabbat have to ask yourself a question. Are you one of his? Do you belong to him? Because if you could find yourself engaged in every other things in the world, but you don't want to set aside a time for him. Are you his? Or maybe you look like me with the skin color like me, but you might be Egyptian. You might be a Hittite or Jebusite. You might be from one of the other nations, but you are tagging the Gentiles along, but you in the same boat. I want to send a message today to the world. Hear what I'm saying, to the world. I'm sending a message not just to the Hebrews that are here right now, but to the Hebrew community. I'm sending a message out as a prophet of the Most High and of the Master Yahushua. I'm sending out this message to the universe. Pay attention, folks. You think 9/11 was bad. Some of you run to the churches and some of you run looking for a place of refuge. That is just the tip of the iceberg. But I'm telling you, there are going to be greater disasters that are coming. And you will not be able to say that those disasters came from terrorists. Those disasters that are coming are going to be, I don't know what you're going to tag. Because if you want to tag disasters as terrorists, you may have to find another name for this one. Because it's going to be terror disaster that came from heaven. It's going to be earthquakes. It's going to be pestilence. It's going to be famine. It's going to be as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. Tsunamis that you have never seen. Plagues that you have never experienced in your lifetime. Devastation after devastation is going to come upon this earth until the people of this world recognize that there is somebody greater. Somebody that is mighty and most powerful that created this universe. You want to turn around, you want to play games, go ahead and play games. But listen to me today. And I'm telling you, not before long, we are going to experience on this earth heat like we have never experienced. Heat. Where some places that used to be cold, like Alaska, the temperature is going to rise so high that the ice is going to be melting and the fish is going to need someplace to cool down. The disaster and the destruction that is coming upon the land. If men don't get their act together, a good number of souls in a quick hurry, I'm talking about in the hundreds of thousands, are going to be wiped out from the face of the earth in an instance. hear it. You can go back and you could talk about it. You could say, well, this prophet is a lying prophet. But until when that day comes and the destruction comes, you will know that I'm telling you the truth. Israel need to get the act together. You need to start acting like Yah's people. You need to start acting the way you acting. Some of you are hooligans. Some of you are drug dealers. Some of you are prostitutes and pimps. Some of you are, you know that you are not living righteously. But you want to wear fringes. You want to wear turbans. You want to act like you are the chosen. And some of you may as well be in the chosen, but not today. You have not chosen the master. And he said, if you turn to me, I will turn to you. But if you turn your back on me, I will turn my back on you. How can a man turn his back on the Creator? Well, I'll tell you how. He said to Peter, careful. He said, feed my sheep. He said, if you love me. Careful said, yes, Master, I love you. He said, well, if you love me, feed my sheep. Give them my commands. If you are not keeping the commands of the Master, then you are in the same lineup for those that are going to face destruction. The Master says in his word, in the book of Ezekiel, Ezekiel chapter 18, said, if a righteous man turn away from his righteousness, he said, all that he has done is counted for nothing. Absolutely nothing. If a wicked man will turn from his wicked ways and have turned and started living a righteous life, then all his wickedness in the past will be wiped out. Some of you that are supposedly to be sons will then be Reubenites. Hear me again. Those of you who are supposed to be authentic sons of the Master Yahushua, you will be then Reubenites. You remember what Reuben did or has done? Slept with his father's wife, concubine, on his bed. Some of you are acting the same way. Some of you are prostitutes and pimps. You're talking about you want multiple wives. You can't even take care of your own self. Some of you stinky. I mean, the way you dress, people can't come around you. You're smelling bad, looking bad, acting bad. Who you representing? You're representing the King of all kings and the Master of all masters. First thing, take a bath. Secondly, clean yourself up. Clean your words up. Clean your attitude up. Walk as righteous men. Stop all this foolishness, cussing people out, acting as a bunch of drug dealers and gangsters. Oh, I know. You've been prepped for this. Yes, you have been prepped for this. Well, don't you understand what the enemy been doing from day one? Oh, I know we all loved it. We love Gunsmoke. We all love the good westerns. But they were shaping us in being gangsters. Because we seen how the westerners got out on the street and shoot down the good guys or shooting down the bad guys. But you didn't understand it was a plan of the enemy. Did you understand what was happening? Who the good guys used to be? The guys in white. The guys in white was the good guys. And who did they shoot down or shot down? Who was that? The guys in black. Oh, how would I mean, look at this. My goodness, this thing resembles what is happening today. The white guy is shooting on the black guy. Again, mirroring the image. Well, look at it. A lot of us, we love billiards. And we love pool. Now you have a stick. And the white guy, again, is hitting the black guy. Or the striped guys. The Mexican and the Puerto Ricans. And those other multicolored people, who is hitting them? The white guy with a stick is poking them all around until they fall into a hole. It's been prepped, and you've been prepped in order to become what the enemy wants you to become, but today you can be free. Today's message that I want to share with you is fighting with the right gear, or fighting with the right equipments. Because if we don't know how to fight, how shall we win the war? Well, you know, there are many people that come into the temple and they praying and kept on praying. But losing the battle. They're losing the battle on their health. The minister talked about it earlier. I watched it, and I was talking to him a couple of days ago. I was sharing with him of a video that I was watching. An Indian doctor on YouTube. And he was saying that, you know, cholesterol is not a bad thing. But they make us believe that cholesterol is bad. And this doctor was saying that cholesterol, the brain, is made up of cholesterol. He said, and healing in the body, cholesterol goes in and it heals the body, especially burn unit people. When people are burned, the doctor was saying that they give them lots of eggs to eat, so the cholesterol will build up faster to go in and heal the burn. But they tell us that cholesterol is a bad thing and is that what's killing us. So we shouldn't eat this and we shouldn't eat that. And that doctor says, he said, salt, fine salt, is what killing the majority of people today. You go to restaurants and you go to eat, and it looked like the people cannot season the food. They don't know how to use seasoning unless they take a whole pan of salt and pour it all over the food. And that's what they believe flavor is. But the doctor was saying, he said that salt, table salt, he said is made up of fine glass and it's killing people. And he says the medical world, they know about it. He said they are so aware of it that they are allowing it to happen because that's what cutting up your intestines. He said that is what causing people to have bleeding ulcers and brain hemorrhages. The salt with the glass in it that is cutting up your system. And people are, you know, spiking with high blood pressure. Well, why? Because your inside is sore and tore up and bleeding. So yes, your pressure is going to rise. You know, one singer said, he said that, you know, the scientists of the world, he said, well, put that in your ears and lock this. So people of the world, put this in your ears and lock it. And hear it from the prophet today. It is time for us to know how to fight. And use the right weapon and the right equipment and the right tools to fight. Because we are fighting a war and we're trying to use physical ability to do it. Well, we're in a spiritual battle. I want you to go with me just for a moment. We are not going to try to be here all day, but I want you to be on board with me. Go into the book of 1 Samuel chapter 17. In the scriptures it's 297. In the scriptures, 297. And for those of you that are listening to this message today, you are getting a word from the prophet and pastor of this assembly, Pastor Reggie, or Prophet Reggie, from Power Pack Ministries, right here in the Tampa Bay region. If you want to come out and visit with us, come out at 1056 East Brandon, for those of you that are local. The phone number here, 813-317-6806. You want me to say it again? Say that you ask. I'll repeat it again. 813-317-6806. 6806. I'm also appealing to all of the Hebrews and the colored people and the Puerto Rican people and the Mexican people and the people from Brazil and the people from Cuba and the people from the Dominican Republic. I am calling upon all dark-skinned people to return to the Torah, to return to your book, to return to the book that was given to you. And I'm asking you, listen to the prophet this day. We need to boycott. I'm saying it that way because some of you, that's what you understand. I am saying that you need to boycott the devil. I am saying that you need to boycott the merchants. I am saying that you need to stop shopping on Shabbat. Stop going to the stores. Shut the stores down. Hear me, Hebrews. Shut it down. Buy your food and get your preparation earlier in the week. So the rest of the week, on the weekend, when it comes and it's happening, you will have food. I am calling for all men around the world to lead their family, to shut down Saturday shopping, Saturday merchant until sundown. This is not a one-time thing. I'm calling upon you, I'm appealing to you. Let's shut it down. Shut down the stores. Shut down Macy's. Shut down Walmart. Shut down Publix. Shut down Walgreens. Shut down Winn-Dixie. Shut down Kmart. They are shutting down already. But I'm telling you, shut it down on Saturday. From Friday night to Saturday after sundown. You say, wow, they're going to come after you, prophet. I don't care if they come after me. The master says. So I'm telling you what the master says. The master Yahweh and the master Yahushua said it's his day. So listen to me. I'm sending out a word and a warning to the world. Let's shut it down. Take this word and let it go viral. Send it to every single person that you know. And let's shut down Saturday so the great I am, the master of all masters, the king of all kings, and the master Yahushua can get his true worship. You want to know what time is that? Let me tell you what time. We have a timeline. You can shut it down from sundown, Saturday night, sundown, Friday night, sundown. Let me say that again. Friday night, sundown, to sunset on Saturday. Saturday night, when you see around 8 o'clock, 8:30, when the sun goes down, shut. That means you could go back and buy. That means you could go back and, you could go back to the store. But until then, from Friday evening when the sun goes down till Saturday evening, so all night Friday night and all day Saturday until Saturday night come, then you can go back to shop. But in the meantime, this is a plea to all Hebrews around the world. And I did call for the Puerto Ricans and the Mexicans. Let's shut it down. Let's shut down this country. Let's shut down all countries around the world. Let's shut it down, the stores. Let's shut them down for the Master Yahushua. Shut it down. You hear what I'm saying? Shut it down. Who stand with me?
Hallelujah.
Who stand with me?
See that?
Who stand with me?
Right here. Hallelujah.
Shut it down for the Master Yahushua. And you will see changes in this world. You want true changes? Let's do it right. So we got 1 Samuel chapter 17. Let us stand. I want everybody to read this together. verse 39. Let's go. And David, come on, all you got it? Verse 1 Samuel, I said 17:39. Amen? All right, let's read.
And David girded his sword over his garment and began to go. But he had not.
Okay, let's go. Keep going, keep going.
But he had not tried them. Then David said to Shaul, I am not able to go with these, for I have not tried them.
Okay, hold on one second. It said, and David girded his sword over his garments and began to go. But he had not tried them. Then David said to Shaul, he said, I am not able to go with thee, for I have not tried them. So David took them off. I want you to hear what the word is today. Fighting with the right equipment. Now, you can sit down. David is a young man. So a war was going on. And that war was against Israel. That war was against the Hebrew people. And the Philistines, who looked like us, but was the one raging the war against Israel. They were taught hatred, and hatred against people that look like them. So these things that taking place today, what is taking place today with people fighting with people that look like them, is not something strange. That's been going on for a long time. So David came up against the Philistine and saw that Israel was weak towards the Philistines. Because the Philistines had a great warrior by the name of Goliath. Goliath was a mighty warrior, one that was trained in war, fierce, tall brother, big, giant-like size. And Goliath had his army charging against Israel. And the army was so fierce, Israel was so afraid of Goliath. And every man that would stand up against the Philistine army, the Philistine would defeat the Hebrews. So David, one day, he went up. And when he approached, first his brothers was looking at him like, you ain't got no strength to fight against Goliath. You are a young boy. You have no experience. And as a matter of fact, David was so small that the armor that they gave to him to put on could not fit him. Well, how a man can fight a war with the wrong armor on? How can you fight comfortably when you don't have the right gears? How are you going to battle with an army when your weapons is so primitive to the weapon, the modern weaponry that they have? Now today, just imagine, I want to draw up a picture in your mind. Imagine that you are fighting against the United States of America, who is very equipped in their warlike fighting. They learned fighting a long time ago. They were always fighting against us. They were fighting and they trained to kill. Now they developed weapon of mass destruction. They got bombs. They got guns. They got rocket launchers. They got, just name it, some heavy artillery weapons. And imagine you coming to fight them with some sticks and stones and machetes. Now that might work in the hood among some people. But it's not going to work against a well-trained army. Unless you have a few people trapped and you can use a machete in a close proximity where a person don't have the time to pull a gun. But you still don't want that to be your weapon of choice if you're going up against a great army. Wrong weapon. Not equipped properly. Fighting a war, but you don't have the right garments on. Now let me just paint another picture in your mind. You going out boxing, and you have a suit on. Brother got freedom with wearing some little short pants and no shirt on, and you up there with some big thick suit on. I don't think that you're ready to get in the ring with in that kind of arena. You're just not dressed for the occasion. You're gonna have some limitation and some setback. You want to be free. I mean, imagine Bruce Lee come around trying to do martial arts and kicking everybody, and he got some tight, jeans on or some tight pants that he can't even move, and somebody could get around. I mean, it just don't look right? You want to have some loose clothes and you can be able to move your hand and your feet. Having the right gear. So listen to this. And we're going to continue to read because we want to build on this. I want to show you. I want to teach you today how you can learn to fight and fight the right way so you can get the result and win the war for real. And not going around the mountain over and over and over. Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of this life, the way things been going? Some of you you're fighting war of financial poverty, but you don't have the knowledge of gaining wealth. How are you going to do it? You don't have the knowledge of how to come out from your poverty-stricken ways and mentality. And you don't have the right teaching and knowing how the right investment to make and knowing how to do the things that others are doing and beating you at the game. And you going in and you are working every day from $9.50 and $7.75. And you want to be a millionaire in 5 years while the guy is investing thousands and thousands of dollars in the stock market and is really rigging in some money, and you are in competition with him and you only working $7.75. I think he's going to achieve his goal faster and more efficiently than you are. Just hitting one little nail and trying to make a house. One little nail here, one little nail there, one little nail there. And this guy got a nail going and he's going pop, 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 pop. And he's building houses, pop, 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 pop. And you only boom, 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 boom. I think you need the right equipment. So check this out. In verse 40, it said, and he took his staff in his hand and chose for himself 5 smooth stones from the water, and put them in a shepherd's bag, in a punch which he had, and his sling was in his hand. And he drew near to the Philistine. And the Philistine came and began to draw near to David, and the man who bows the shield went before him. And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he despised him, for he was a youth, and ruddy in a handsome appearance. The Philistine, or Goliath, he looked at David. He took one look at him, and he goes like, start laughing at him. Now, that's what annoy you. What does annoy you if your enemy, you go up to fight with your enemy against your enemy, and your enemy just stand up and laugh at you? And say, well, what do you think you're going with that? What do you think you're going to do with that? You come in here to fight me with a sling and a stone? What do you think I am, a dog? You really don't respect my military training? You really don't respect that I'm a trained soldier? That you're coming up against me with a stick? Man, I'll break your neck. I'll shoot you down. I'll kill you right now. I'll get rid of you right now. I'll get rid of your whole neighborhood with one bomb. But David, he knew something. He knew that mouth and have been blaspheming.
That's right.
So he knew that that was his weakness. And nobody could win along cursing the Almighty.
That's right.
Nobody could win. Evil cannot win over good. Never will win. So now, David, he looking at it, he goes like, I know I can take this guy, but the equipment that you give me is wrong. My armor is too big. I can't fight with that. I will get all tore up in this thing. As a matter of fact, I put this armor on, I'm going to die with head stroke. Right here, this thing going to kill me. There's no air in this thing. You put a helmet on my head with this, man, this thing going to swallow me up. I'm going to look like Pee Wee Herman and some kind of, I'm not going to, this not working for me. It's not working for me. So he took it off. I'm going to show you how to fight today. I'm going to show you how you need to think. Because you're going up against the devil. But the enemy comes out and he comes up with a strategy. And his strategy is to make sure that your ammunition is not the right one. He want to make sure that what you're fighting with is not the right tools to fight him. He want to make sure that you believe that you can beat him with what you have, but knowing that that ain't going to work. So let's go with me to the book of Corinthians, 2 Corinthians 11:27 in your scriptures. And we're going to go to chapter 10. When you're there, chapter 10, 11:27. As a matter of fact, I'm going to just read from verses 1 in chapter 10. Are you there with me? Amen?
Amen.
He said, and I shall myself appeal to you. Everybody get it? 11:27? Okay. And I shall myself appeal to you through the meekness and the gentleness of Messiah. I whom am indeed lowly when face to face with you, but bold towards you when absent. But I pray that when I am present, I might not be bold with that bravery by which I think to be bold against some who renounce us as if we walk according to the flesh. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not fight according to the flesh. So, but the problem is here. This is what Jones said. He says, we walk in the flesh, but we do not fight as if we are in the flesh, because we're in a different war. So we need the right equipment to fight in the right war. We need to know the strategy of our enemy in order to beat him. But the enemy has convinced us that we must fight a fleshly fight to beat him. So what is supposed to be for us is using against us. So now the weapon of our warfare is not carnal, but indeed it became carnal. The weapon of our warfare is now the weapon of carnality. That's what we are using. We are using carnal things in order to gain spiritual victory. We are fighting each other with the Lashon Hara tongue. We are using the evil tongue in order to win a spiritual fight. When we speaking bad about our brothers and sisters, when we speaking wickedly about our own flesh, when we coming up, the weapon of our warfare became carnal when we are pulling a 9mm and shooting our brother there. That's carnal fighting. When we are coming up with an M16, that's carnal fighting. When we are coming up with a Glock, that's carnal fighting. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't have one. I'm not telling you don't get one. But I'm telling you, when you're coming up against your brothers and sisters, and when you're coming against the devil, you cannot point an M16 at the devil and believe you can blow his head off. Wrong weapon to fight with. But we're going to learn today how we can beat him, because he gave us weapon of war, and we thinking that the weapons of war that we have came from the master. Yeah, it came from a master, but not the master, because we have weapons here, and we know how to fight with those weapons. But are we fighting the right war with the weapons that we have? We coming together with each other and trying to fight one another and arguing with one another. We coming up with the word and trying to argue them, our brothers and sisters, when we should coming together and praying with one another. When we should coming together and fasting. When we should be coming together and keeping the Shabbat. But we coming together to see who got the longest fringes and who got the biggest turban. And we coming to see who got the most scriptures and who could articulate better than this one, and who can bring the word.
That's right. That's
but
right.
are we doing anything? Right. We coming up and our garments look like the weapons that we need to fight with, but some of you are fitted with the wrong garments. Say if you would take out the garments that you're fighting with and put on the righteous garments so you can truly fight, then you will really be winning the war. Let me show you something. What verse with? Verse 4. And then he says, for the weapon we fight with are not fleshly, but mighty in Elohim for overthrowing strongholds. So let me educate you today. To overthrow a stronghold, the devil, the enemy, Satan, he don't want you to understand that to use the proper equipment going to bring you greater victory. So he knows that our ancestors, he watched them. He watched physical attributes and lifestyles of people. So Satan knows he could just check out what you've been doing in the past and know what you're going to do in the future. So he's watching your behavior. He's learning behavior. He's a behavior expert. He's been around for a long time. He's watching behaviors. So he knows that the master says, and I'm going to hit on this one, then we're going to hit on many others, but I know some people don't like this one, so I'm going to hit on this one first. The master knows that in order to bring the Hebrew Israelite people out of poverty, he must invest in them. So what he did, when he created Adam, he gave him 4 rivers. And out of the 4 rivers, he invested in Adam riches, gold, silver, onyx stone, diamonds, so forth and so forth. He gave him a land that is so rich that today other nations are going there to manipulate the land and take away its riches. But the master, he gave his people that. The dark-skinned people that was down in Africa that burned, that looked like Kemet. The people that look like, that they call you blackface and burnt face and trying to wipe you off the map. The master himself gave you gold and silver and diamonds and onyx stone and gave you the elephant with the tusk and gave you the ivory and all of that. He gave you wealth and riches. But hear what the devil say. The devil say he learned this. And the devil is going to trick people. He's going to trick you and let you know that you don't give back to the master because he's seen how Abraham got rich. He's seen how David got rich. He has seen how Solomon got rich. He's seen that by giving, they got rich. They was filthy rich and they continue giving. So he knew by the giving gave him a problem because they were fighting with the right weapon. The right weapon that they were fighting with to conquer poverty was given. So now, in order to get the Hebrews to rise up against him and become a powerful nation, he tells them you don't have to give. He tells them you don't have to tithe. He tells them you don't have to give offering. He tells them you don't have to give first fruit, because he wants to keep them wicked, because when he keeps them wicked, they can fight because they have the wrong armor on. They have the armor of poverty, because the armor of poverty is not given. So that will bring about poverty on you. And you're fighting. And now, how are you fighting now? Now your fighting is different. He has taught you, in order to win, you must gamble. He has taught you, in order to win, you must prostitute yourself. He has taught you, in order to win, you must steal. He has taught you, in order to win, you got to take a gun and hold up somebody in order to get what they have, because they took it from you. So you must go back and take it from them. So you must go in the rich man's house and you must take back your wealth, because he stole it from you. But the enemy is giving you the wrong ammunition to fight a war that you will never win. You will never win hatred with hatred. You will never win a victorious war by fighting a carnal fight when you're trying in a spiritual warfare.
Yes, sir.
You don't fight with fists and punch each other down like some of what is going on in the Christian churches. Pastors are fighting their members and bringing them to courthouse and fighting them physically and shooting them inside of the churches. How can you win a war, a spiritual war, by fighting a physical fight? You have the wrong armor on. David said, I don't need that armor. I need to win today. My war is so different, because guess what? I am praising the Almighty Master. I am praising the All King of Kings. I am praising the one that is victorious. So all I need is a sling and a stone. I don't need that armor on. It's going to keep me back.
Exactly.
Some of you, all you need the armor of righteousness.
Praise yeah.
How do you get it? Well, let's look and see. So hear what he says right here. He says, so,
Verse 5.
verse 5, he says, so in order to overthrow, in verse 4, to overthrow a stronghold, what weapon do you need to overthrow a stronghold?
Righteousness.
You need prayer. You need fasting. That is the weapon you're going to fight with. You don't try to fight and pull down a stronghold by going and arguing and cursing the white man. You can't pull down a stronghold by telling them I want my land back and get the land back by cursing them out. No, you're going to pull down the stronghold by coming to the house of Yah and joining together and buying back your land and putting your money in the investment of the Hebrews. You're going to win them by learning their games and going in their money markets and going into whatever. But you need to learn the right game and win it that way. You don't go sticking them up and trying to fight them that way. No, how do you win it? Come together. How will we win it? Let's stop patronizing all of their franchises and all of their businesses. And let's patronize our own business. How are we going to come together? We need to see one another as brothers and sisters and not enemies. How are we going to come together? We got to come together not by being scared of our brothers, and we can't go to the hood because they're made us afraid of our own people. We're scared to go around our own brothers and sisters.
Come on. Can't be.
Yes.
How are we going to win this war? Or we can't win it by hating one another. That happened too long time ago. I told you what they done. They program you. They program you. Yes. You sit and you watch all those Western movies and you see those gang fights and you see those gun shooting, and that's what black people and other people are going around doing, because that's what they saw and that's what they were programmed to. They were programmed to shoot one another down in the street. We watch all the movies. They program us to box. Well, that came from the gladiators. And put us to fight one another while they sit down and sip a drink of wine, while they watch us fighting each other and betting on one another. And now, the best thing in the world, so we could beat one another head and beat his brains off. So the white man could laugh and enjoy two black people beating one another down. Well, that was in the Roman Colosseum. That's where we learn all of this. And now, the biggest sports in the world is the Roman Colosseum sports, the sports of the gladiators. Now we are all up in the Olympics. Lighting the torch. Well, who the torch represents?
Zeus.
What deity does the torch represent?
Zeus.
We know it Zeus, and we know it Dagon, we know it Molech, all of those that we put our children in the fire. Yes, that's what the Olympic represent, and we still are enjoying it today. We're enjoying the Roman Colosseum and their best, and we want to make sure that we are part of it. But we don't want to be left out. Check this out. So verse 5, he said, overthrowing reasonings and every high matter that exalts itself against the knowledge of Elohim, taking captive every thought to make it obedient to the Messiah. That's how we win the war. Knowing how to fight. Taking captive those thoughts. What thoughts? That the brown man is better than the black skinned man. Capture those thoughts and pull it down. The brown man is still a black man. Let's capture those thoughts that the nappy head is no good and you need the straight hair in order to look better. Let's capture those thoughts and pull it down.
That's right, that's right.
Let's capture those thoughts that your nose is too big and you need a better nose and you need a skinnier one. You may not be able to breathe like they breathe, so you need your big nose. Just capture those thoughts and pull it down. Enjoy who you are and what the master created.
Praise yeah, hallelujah.
Let's capture those thoughts. And let's tell our brother Sammy Sosa, come back home. We may have to get a black polish and polish him up again. But we gotta have to call for Sammy Sosa and tell him, come back home, brother. We're not throwing you out. We know you look like pale and bleached out, but we're gonna get some black polish or some dye. We're gonna dye you right back in. We're gonna put some hue in there. All we need to do is to keep you around a little longer and put you on some barbecue bowl. Well, run some barbecue, brother. You're gonna be all right. Michael thought he'd venture out and realized they don't like us like that. So Michael decided to come back home. OJ is still wondering if he should come home. They don't like you like that. Well, you know for a fact they don't like you like that. Trump don't like you like that. Oh, he like kissing little black babies. But guess what? I believe he went home and washed his mouth. So, man, I'm telling you, oh man, did I kiss? I really did that in public? Mr. Trump, you don't rub off. Not like that. Let me tell you something. Give me a few more minutes. Check this out. So the right weapon is to capture those thoughts. Capture those evil thoughts that the enemy tell you that you are less than. Capture those thoughts that he said that you are not. Capture those thoughts that he said that you will never be. Capture those thoughts that he tell you that the Gentiles are better than you. Capture those thoughts that he tell you that you are not the chosen. Capture those thoughts and imagination and pull it down. Every stronghold. Capture that. And Israel, come back together. Come back as a people. Come back home. Capture the thoughts that you need to be in Shabbat, on Shabbat service. And you need to worship the Master. And shut down all of this out there. And bring the worship back to him. Capture that thought. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what the word says. Take this. Put it in your ears and lock this. It says, verse 6. And being ready to punish all disobedience when obedience is complete. When you complete obedience, you have just punished disobedience. Because disobedience cannot stay in your member once you control it by what? Obedience. That is the weapon you fight with against disobedience. Obedience is the weapon against disobedience. Disobedience is telling you, I should not listen to the master. Obedience is saying, follow what the word said. Obedience is saying, honor his word. His word is a lamp unto your feet and a light unto your pathway. That is what you obey. Obey the Torah. Obey the obedience of the word. And punish disobedience. That's how you win this war. You don't win the war by cussing each other out. You don't win the war by pimps and hoes. You don't win the war by seeing how many conquerors you can conquer. I am a conqueror. Oh yes, AIDS gonna conquer you too. I am a conqueror. Butty boy gonna conquer you too. What conquering you doing? When you just out there sowing your royal seeds everywhere. Huh? Doing everything, just being a rabbit here and a rabbit there and a rabbit there. And you're wondering why you're so weak. You ain't strong, you're weak. Because you don't have your strength with you. You just went about just doing things every place you see it. No, gain your strength by putting it in one place. Gain your strength by strengthening your house. Gain your strength by strengthening your community. You can't be every place and every time. Be right here and present right now.
That's right.
Some of you don't want to be present. You want to be absent dad. You don't want to be present. You want to be absent parent. You don't want to be present. But let's try and be present now. Let's do what we can right now, right here, right now. Let's change it. Because I myself, I'm telling you, I just give thanks and praise to the Master that he had mercy on me. But we can change that. Check this out. Verse 7. He said, take a look of what you are facing. If anyone seems to trust in himself that he is of Messiah, let him reckon again for himself that as he is of Messiah, so also are we. You gotta build, people. For even if you shall boast whatever more about our authority, which the Master gave us for building up and not for overthrowing you, I shall not be put to shame. We don't fight like this. Now, check this out. I want to give you one more scripture. I'll be coming up to a close. Let me give you one more. Ephesians chapter 6, 11:41. Just flip over a little bit. I want us to go down to verse 10. Ephesians chapter 6, and I want us to go down to verse 10 because I want you to check and remember what the message is. I don't want to get lost. Having the right equipment to know how to fight. Learn how to fight righteously. Learn how to fight the right way. Learn how to conquer the devil in righteousness. If the devil is telling you not to do something, you should run and do it. You should hurry up and get it done. It's obviously trying to keep you back from something.
That's right.
He's trying to get you to be as him, a loser. Don't be like him. Run the opposite direction. When he tells you don't go to the house of Yah, man, you should get up and put on your clothes and run, go. When he tells you you shouldn't give, you should hurry up and give more. When he said you shouldn't pray, triple the time up. He said you shouldn't fast, add more days on. Well, you're not going to turn back a 4,000-year-old religion. Start right now. And when he said you can't, tell him, see me. Check it out. I'm going to every house I could find. I'm going to every person I could talk to. I'm going on the bus. I'm talking to people. I'm in an Uber car. I'm going to talk to somebody. I'm in a lift car, I'm going to talk to somebody. I'm in a taxi car, I'm going to talk to somebody. I'm on the plane, I'm going to talk to somebody. I'm going to spread the word. I'm going to run with it. I'm going to tell them that they need to worship on Saturday. I'm going to tell them that they need to boycott this world and the market system. I need to tell them that they need to stop shopping on Saturday until after Shabbat. I'm going to spread the word and tell them they need to stop cussing and they need to stop hating. I'm going to tell my brothers they need to love, and I'm going to tell them that if the Hebrews don't want to come in, I'm going to bring in the Gentiles. If the Hebrews don't want to come in the house of Yah, I'm going and speaking to the Gentiles until the Gentiles start making them nervous and jealous, because the house of Yah must be filled.
Praise Yah.
Get mad with me. Then get up and do what you're supposed to do. Stop calling each other niggers and all this stuff. Come on. Why don't you call your brother a righteous man? Stop all this foolishness about you from the Crips and the Bloods and the this and the that. Why don't you come and creep up in here and praise him on your knees? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. That's what you need to do. Come Crip style in this way. Yeah. Come and see the real blood. Real blood, Yahushua. HaMashiach. His blood that was shed. The real bloods. Come on up in here. Young bloods. Yeah, come up in here. Come and see some real tongues. Right here. We tug it out. We tug it on our knees. We tug it with our hands up. We tug it with our prayer. We tug it with our fasting. We are the real dogs. And we ain't no punk. Yeah. There ain't no batty boy in here. We don't play that. We don't play that. We real men. And if it come down where we have to fight physically, we know how to do that too. And we know how to use Glock, and we know how to use Wesson, and we know how to use Smith, and we know how to use Berettas. We know how to use all that. And we may just have some. So don't come up here acting a fool now. But we gonna teach you how to fight the right way when it's needed. So are you there with me? Verses 10. He said, for the rest, my brothers, be strong. Be what?
Be strong.
Strong in the master and in the mightiness of his strength. He said, be strong and in the master and in the mightiness of his strength. He said, put on the complete what?
Armor.
The complete what?
Armor.
The complete attitude?
No.
The complete stupidity?
No, sir.
The complete armor. So that means you got to have the right one. Right. Let me tell you something. There is a size for everybody. There is a plus size armor. There is a skinny man armor. There is a short man armor and a tall man armor. David wanted the right armor. So you put your right armor on, because you can't go borrow mama prayer. Mama prayer ain't gonna work for you. Hey, daddy prayer ain't gonna work for you. You gotta have your own prayer life. Get your own armor. Some of you want to get other people's armor and they get shank in it. No, you need to get your armor that fits you. What fits you? Get in the word yourself. Know it for yourself. Well, I heard somebody say, but what do you know? I come to you in the master that Paul coming to you with. I come to you in the name of Lord. Really? That ain't doing nothing. I come into you in the name of JC. He don't exist. I come in there. I only pray to God. That don't work. That's a title. What else are you coming with? I come in the name of Krishna. That don't work. I come in the name of Buddha. That don't work. I come in the name of Confucius. That don't work. They're all dead. Come in a live name. One that has risen from the dead. Hallelujah. That the grave couldn't hold down. Come in his name. He got power in his hands. And he can give power to you. The right power. The Holy Spirit power. Come on, get rid of the ghost. Some of you play with too much ghost. Some of you like to play with the Holy Ghost. And you're playing with Casper. Get rid of the ghost. And get the true spirit. Come on, let me teach you some words here. How you can fight. Get your whole armor. Put them on right. How? When somebody mess with you, get them and pray. When somebody angry with you, love them anyway. Let me show you how to fight. When somebody speak bad about you and all manner of evil against you, what you do? Pray for them. That's the right armor to have. When people talk foolishness to you, you talk sense to them. That's the right armor to have. When they hate you, you do what? Love them. That's the right armor to have. Let me show you how to fight with it. You're going to learn to fight today, and you're going to learn to fight right. Stop fighting with the Lashon or tongue. Stop fighting with words that hurt people in that way. Stop fighting that way. Pray for them. Love them. So here we say we're wrapping up with this. Verses 11. He said, put the complete armor of Elohim, for you have power to stand against the schemes of the devil. You have power by putting on his armor. You have power to stand against Satan's schemes, the lies. Some of you have read the Willie Lynch letter, and the devil have used that against you. He have used the Willie Lynch letter against the Hebrews, because the Hebrews scared of the Willie Lynch letter. They think what Willie Lynch says is true, and it's working. You make it working. You give it the power. You are the one that continue to spread and talk about Willie Lynch. Man, let Willie Lynch go. Let all of what they say go to hell with them. Talk about the word. Talk about the power of the word. Talk about what the master said. He said, when I think about you, I think good thoughts. I think about you lovely things. I think how you should prosper. I think how you should rise up and become the nation of Israel. Think that. I don't want to hear about that. I'm tired of the Freemason, and I learned all the history. I know all of that, and the Freemason, and the Jesuit, and the Skull and Bone, and the Illuminati, and the so forth and so on. I got all that history. Forget all that history, and live righteously. What you going to do when you get all this history? Some of you keep getting books upon books upon books. How many books can you read? You got so many knowledge, you're stupid. How much more knowledge you want? Live with the one you have right now. Well, I still need to get some of the other books, so I can get it. But what's about in the meantime, living righteously with the ones you have? Don't bypass that to try to get the next. I mean, after you fulfill that, get some more. When you're living holy, then get some more. It's okay to get more if you want to extend your knowledge and so forth. But some of you are walking on knowledge. You're walking so proud. Oh, you know this, man, and you read this book. I read the book of Joshua. I read the Apocrypha. I read the Dead Sea Scroll. Okay, enough with it. I mean, you got your master's, you got your doctorate, you got your summa cum laude, you got your, you got your magnum cum laude, you got all of that. So what now? Are you going to live righteous? Right. Are you going to do what's right? Yes, sir. And if you have that great knowledge, then good. Come and teach your people. Yes. Don't go back and work for those people with all your magnum cum laude. Take it and build up your own community. Right. Do like the Chinese do. They come to America, they get their education, they go back to China and work. They learn here how to build things, they go back in China and learn how to build it. They come here, they learn your design, they go back in China and make it. And then they sell it back to you in America.
Exactly.
So why don't we get that knowledge and understanding and come together? Learn what they're doing, come together and use it and build it and build up. Always talking about the Black Wall Street, but what you going to do about it? See, folks like to live in the past, and the devil going to whoop you with some of the knowledge that you know. Start living in the Word. Live in the Word. Live in the Word of truth. Come on, one more. Let's go. So hear what he says right here. Verses 12. He said, because we do not wrestle against what?
Flesh and blood.
Flesh and blood. Somebody help me sound that. Because we do not wrestle against what?
Flesh and blood.
Are we wrestling against flesh and blood? No. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yeah. For somebody say something about you, you're ready to talk back about them. Yes, we are. That's what the devil tells us to fight with. That's what we learn. We need to learn the word and learn to use the word. We learn to use what the devil gives us. Oh, you could say we wrestle against, not against flesh and blood, but we do. We do. We fight each other. We cuss each other out. Man, I'm telling you, somebody they got on my last nerves. That's all he had was one left. Yeah, you want to let them have it. Where is the righteousness then? Where is the love? I know. Yeah, some of you got the love written down in a book at home. Yeah, you don't even walk with it. So hear what he says. He said, but we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and against authorities and against the world rulers. Do we wrestle against the world rulers? Some of us, we don't wrestle against nothing. We don't want to get in politics. We don't want to get in nothing. We don't want to wrestle against them. Do we? He said we should wrestle against the world rulers and tell them stop persecuting and killing our black boys. And tell them that you need to stop killing and making it look like they have guns and they have all kinds of things and setting them up. Talk to our politicians and raise hell on earth for them by not supporting the things they do and promote. That's how you're going to fight against them. Principalities and powers, how you going to fight against principalities and powers and authorities? Pray against them. Yeah, pray that Donald Trump come out from the White House. I do. I pray every day, Master, bring him down. You hear me, Donald? You're coming down. I pray, bring him down. Them lying devils, bring them down. And all that with them, bring them down. Until you start treating Israel right, hell is going to be your place. You need to treat Israel right, and treat the Mexican right, and treat the Puerto Rican right, and treat the Muslim right, and treat all the people in the world right, and respect them like human beings, or else hell is coming for you, and Satan and his demons are coming for you. You can't win, because we're not fighting you with guns and bombs. We're fighting you with prayer on our knees. That's what we're fighting with. You call us all kind of terrorists we want. We're going to terrorize those demons that you're sending. That's who we're going to terrorize. We're going to pray against them. We're going to pray against your elections. If that's what you believe, we're going to pray against it. Calling all the Hebrews to pray. Stand up against those wicked rulers of this world. And when they do something wickedly, tell the world that they are wicked and what they're doing. I mean, if they're doing something right, I would say, okay, yeah, he done something right. But if they're wicked, and the majority of their rulership is wicked, call it wickedness. Did you see what John the Baptist, or what they call the immerser, did you see what he did? He went into the house of Herod and said, listen, you got Herodias' wife. Hey, you wicked. He called him out. Yeah, he lost his head. Some of you scared? Are you scared?
No.
He called him out. He said, you're a wicked man. You're wicked. One prophet, they tell him, they said, don't speak against Ahab. He said, if you speak against Ahab, you might lose your head. Join all the 400 prophets of Baal and say something good about Ahab. Yeah, that's what people telling me right now. Don't speak against Donald Trump. Donald Trump hates black people. He hates Mexican. They're black too. He hates Puerto Rican. They're black too. And he hates those that look like me. Yeah, go back and check his records from his early days. He hates us. And until he changed that, we're going to speak against him. And we're going to speak against all them that with him. And those haters. No, let's start loving. Let's conquer those demons with love.
Hallelujah.
Or is destruction going to come in America fast? Think America, Sodom and Gomorrah. I hear John Hagee said, if the master don't apologize to Sodom and Gomorrah, oh man, over America, man, I'm telling you, they're trying to get us to accept gays and not speak against them, and telling us that we should accept that. And if we don't speak it, and we speak it, hate crime. Let me tell you something. A man should not put his pleasure that God give him to put up into the behind of some stinky, messy, and calling it sex. That's perversion and demonic. And that no woman should be licking another woman. That's evil. Evil. Are you wretched people? That's evil. You are wretched against the master. The master Yahweh. You are wicked. Evil. A man that's supposed to be touching on a man in a caressing way, and you're telling me that I shouldn't speak against it? Are you a wicked bunch of people? All of you going to hell. And you're going to hell fast. Let's wrap it up. Let's go down for give me about 5 more minutes. What does it say here now? Finish at 12. It said against the principalities and authority and the world rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual matters of wickedness in the heavenlies. It said, because of this, take up the complete armor of Elohim, so that you have power to withstand the wicked days, and having done all to stand, you must stand. How would you have power?
Righteousness.
Put the right armor on. How you going to have power when you're scared to talk about wickedness? How you going to have power when you're afraid of what people are going to say about you? How you going to have power? What power are you going to have? You scared of every little leaf that moves. The word said Israel will be like that because of the evil that Israel have done. The wind blow and Israel going to run scared. Mm-hmm. Time that we come back together. We don't come back together cussing the white man. We come back together talking about the wickedness of the white man. We don't come back here talking about we talk about the wickedness of the black man. We talk about the wickedness of the Puerto Rican. We talk about the wickedness of the homosexual. We talk about the wickedness of adultery. We talk about the wickedness of drunkenness and pervertedness. We talk about the wickedness of smoking. Some of you think that smoking ganja is the thing. Oh, we liberated and we got it from Solomon's grave. Well, put it back on Solomon's grave. Solomon needed to put on his grave. Stop smoking it. I did it too. A lot of it. But I didn't know better. I know better now. If Solomon needed it for his grave, put it back on Solomon's grave. Why are you smoking things from the cemetery? That's crazy.
That's unclean.
It's unclean. Things among the dead.
Unclean grounds.
Yeah. But
unclean for 7 days.
We're going to stop right here, folks. Brothers and sisters, I hope you got something out of this today. I hope you put on the right armor. Stop fighting your brothers and sisters, man. Come together. Let's build. Let's build for real. Let's come together. Are we taking our money and going to give it to all these people of them? Filling up their clubs, filling up their stores, their liquor stores, filling up everything. Why don't we take that money and bring it back in the house of Israel? Why don't we bring it back here so we can provide for our families and our children? Why don't we come back here and get our own schools and our own hospitals and our own gas stations and what we need, our own land? How are you going to build if you don't come together and keep taking your money and giving it to them and making them rich?
That's right.
Somebody stand with me, give him a praise. Stand up with me, give him a praise. Give him a praise. Wait.
Hallelujah!
Give him a praise, give him a praise.
Hallelujah!
Give him a praise.
Jehoshua be praised. Hallelujah.
Just give me the right pitch. Come on, somebody praise him. Praise him.
Hallelujah!
Praise him. That's all you got? I think you should be. Come on up here with me, honey. Come on up here with me. I want a good picture on this camera so they can see you. If you don't want to be seen, don't come up here. But I want the world to see that we are the children of Israel. Come on up here with me, brothers. Come on up here. Don't be afraid. Come on, brother. Come on. Come on, I. Come on. Come on. This is come on up. Brother, you can leave it back there. Come on up too. Come on, Rocky. Come on. You're Hebrew too. You might be in Grenada, but you're Hebrew. Come on, man. Come on. Yes. Come on up here. Come on. Hallelujah. Isaac, come on up. EJ, come on up. Come on. It's okay. We want to catch everybody for now. Come on, Larry. Come on, let's catch everybody for now. Let them show that we're strong together. How we gonna say it together? Just one good shout. Come on, Larry. One good shout. Hallelujah. Don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid of them. Hallelujah. We want to show them that we united together. United we stand. Hallelujah. Divided we want fall. But we standing together. Hallelujah. You got a good shout there, minister? Okay, don't stay back there. Come put yourself in the picture.
Oh, I already walked back there.
Are you ready to walk back there? Hallelujah. Come on, everybody, give a shout together. Hallelujah! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bless his name.
Stop that. Stop. Sit down. Stop talking about him.
Are you being blessed today?